So that's what I want to see. The biggest thing I want to see from a Canada-free Steelers offense is that I don't know what's coming. That's what I want.
Right.
How about you, Rich?
Tell me that the Browns didn't know that one play. Of course, it went to you say the other direction. Technically, it's still the same side. That the Steelers had run the week before where, Jalen Warren runs out, and comes like he's going to come back into the backfield, but just continues in motion. We flip the ball out to him. Like that play was so obvious it was coming.
Yes.
Like everybody knew it was coming.
Yeah.
So frustrating. And again, I think I put it in there again when I forget which play it was early on in the game. It was first quarter because I remember it was in the top part of my article. Again, run what Matt Canada would call a trick play, but you can't call it a trick play if it doesn't trick anybody.
Yeah, it doesn't trick anybody.
When all the guys are standing there waiting because they know it's coming, it's not a trick play.
Yeah.
It's just a bad play.
And I don't want to see – I don't need to see trick plays on Sunday. I need to see things actually designed to have the defense not be put in the right situation to stop it. You can scheme that. And the Steelers seem to be doing all right with the run game. So let's see if they can get more of that. So, yeah. Anything else you want to say about this before we turn the corner to this one?
No, let's go ahead and turn the corner.
Because, I mean, we could have sat here and railed on the offense the whole show. But instead, we got to talk about the offensive coordinator not being there anymore. Now, I do want to ask one other thing. So what the Steelers are going with, running backs coach Eddie Faulkner is the offensive coordinator. And Mike Sullivan, the quarterbacks coach, will be doing the play calling. What do you think of them making the choice to do that?
Basically, it's saying we're going to pick up the slack by committee.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And we're going to ask God, it's kind of like what you try to do with your players. People were still asking about Mark Robinson, what happened with him. Did we have one? Did I get this one at Steel Dog 88, $2?
No.
Why wasn't Robinson using relief at all? Because the Steelers see something in them that they don't trust, I think. That's my opinion. That's just what it feels like. That was why I was worried about this game.
You didn't get that one either?
Yeah. No, I did that one.
Oh, did you?
Oh, I definitely did Miles Jack going to be effective.
Then you didn't do that one. Okay.
Yeah, it was Robinson.
Okay.
So, so that was the thing with Mark Robinson. Think about what happened with Cleveland last year. After Mark Robinson in week 17 played a ton of snaps against the Ravens, Steelers beat him. He was in there doing all kinds of crazy stuff against the run. As soon as he came on the field against the Browns, what did the Browns do?
Threw it
back to a pass where they went after Mark Robinson.
Yep.
And Stefanski's smart enough to do that. The only question is, could he do it with this quarterback? So there's obviously when it came time to step up, he was in the rotation, but there's something about Mark Robinson that the Steelers aren't trusting right now. That's the best I can say. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's something I can say. So I like that the Steelers, when I say you try to put players in the right position, I was going back to answering the thing about the coordinators. I got off track. That's what we do when we talk. The personality of your coaches, put them in the right spots to do what they do. Mike Sullivan's called plays before. He's called plays on an interim basis, according to Coach Tomlin today. So he's probably someone, the biggest thing with that is making the decision, getting the personnel on the field, and getting a call into the quarterback. And you have to get it done quickly. So he probably gives you the best chance to do that. But I think the players believe in Coach Faulkner. I mean, look at what's happened with the run game recently. And some people like Andrew Wilbar on our Slack channel. I wouldn't trust him. Look at what has he done for Najee Harris? Well, I don't know who said it in response. Well, look what he's done for Jalen Warren.
Yeah, exactly.
So, he didn't take a first round pick and turn him into a superstar. Well, he took an undrafted free agent and turned him into a superstar. So Yeah. So we'll see how it works out. I'm excited because it's new, it's different, it's not the same old thing. I mean, Rich, how many weeks in a row have you expected to turn on the TV and kind of get the same old thing with the Steelers?
Yeah, too many.
Too many.
Yep.
I already feel different about this one. All right. So that's talking about this week. This one feels different. Makes it really hard to predict what's going to happen, doesn't it?
Oh man, I got no clue.
Yeah.
Because I got no clue about the Steelers. I got no clue about the Bengals now without Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Flip a coin.
See, I'll tell you this. When looking at everything else, I was determined I was not going to pick the Steelers in this game coming up, which I still have till tomorrow to have to make my decision. I was determined I was going to pick them because of Cincinnati playing at home, part of it, but on 10 days rest, the extra time. But now this throws a wrench into their preparation.
Nope.
By not getting we barely have to study film because we know what they're going to do. That's what Canada does. Okay. Now not so much. Now it's and they don't get it till Tuesday. It's a little bit something else there to be thrown in there now.
Yeah.
So
see, to me, I like the idea of the change for the Steelers, but just having the change, I don't know yet if anything has changed.
yeah,
I got no film. I got no tape, so I don't trust it.
Yeah, it's
kind of like it till you give me a reason to trust it.
When I'm trying to predict the inactive list, I mean, I can give it a shot, but I don't know what the Steelers are thinking right then. You know, I don't know exactly what we're going to see different. I'm hopeful, but I don't know. So, what do you? Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
We've got a lot of people here. I have a feeling we might get a lot of scores. So, for those of you that might be new here tonight or not always with us on Tuesday, I asked Rich to predict the score for this Sunday. Don't throw yours out there yet. Wait, because I will put it in the live chat when I'm ready for you. You'll see it. It'll say scores ? And then you put your score down. We will read them all. If you don't put a team, that means you pick the Steelers, or you can type the Steelers, but don't put it in there yet because Rich is going to go ahead and give us his score.
All right. I already kind of, gave the sneak peek. Just can't say that I trust the Steelers on offense as of yet, because I can't trust it till I see it. Mm-hmm. So I'm going Cincinnati 20, Steelers 19.
That in a close one. So not after we've seen that the Steelers don't necessarily pull out the close game. You're not like, to me, the guarantee it was, if the game's close, I'm going with the Steelers is what I've been doing. But and of course, before we get our staff pick article, you are allowed to change it between now and when that runs on Sunday, as that happens sometimes. But we'll see how this goes. All right. Hey, we got Wes in here first. Wes says 27-17 Pittsburgh. Never again. Cool. Okay. Thomas Riley.
Thomas Riley, what are you doing?
He changed it up.
Oh my God. You know what? There you go. Got rid of Matt Canada.
Thomas has to change it up. He was like, he wasn't going to predict him to win. It was always going to be a tie under Matt Canada. No Matt Canada, he's going Steelers 33, Bengals 17. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, so here we go. Steelers, Pittsburgh, 13-10 Steelers. Tyler W. has Steelers 27, Bengals 19. What's with that 19 number coming in there? John Walter says 13-7. Hoping it said one of those. That's funny. Afton Ford says 24-20 Steelers. Kobe says 24-20 Steelers. Brian Brown 21-3 Steelers. He says because Joe Burrow can kiss it because we don't have it. Maybe we'll get the rest from Gavin Anthony. He says 17, and we'll see what he says. Steel Dog 88 says 26-19 Steelers. CD says 16-13 Good Guys. Steeler Chick 46 says 27-14. That's Steelers. Gavin Anthony says 17. He's really building up to it. Daniel Red, 54-3. Forget Canada. I'll just say
There
that.
you go.
Yeah, we have YouTube restrictions. We got to make sure we follow. Javier Mori says 17-13 Steelers. Mr. Wires says 17-16 Steelers. Frosty the Bear, 27-10 Steelers. Gabriel Golden, 26-20 Steelers. Punk Drummer says 20-13 Steelers. State of the Steelers says 16-13 Bengals. He's not, I
He's
get
like
it.
me.
If
He's
people are like,
just not sold on it yet.
hey,
Just
that's why I was originally going to pick the Browns last week, because I'm like, it's going to take the Steelers some time to figure out how they're going to handle the inside linebacker stuff. Then the quarterback changed, and I thought that might not be an issue. And I don't think it was an issue last week. We'll see if it's an issue this week. Okay. Robert Doc Holiday says Steelers 24, Bengals 17. Brian Mizwa, 24-13 Steelers. Is that Raul Havana?
Yep.
Says Steelers 3, Bengals dose 2. Mark Tobin has 24-13 Steelers. Don't guarantee anything. Outside Steeler fan says good guys 13-10. He'd get balls with the game winner. Harvey Stone has Steelers 16-13. Black Jack Novak says 23-13 Bengals. Gavin Anthony finally said 20-17 Steelers. He left us hanging for a long time. Kevin Brokenborough says 24-9 or Steelers 24, Bengals 9. Kathy Forrid says 24-18 Steelers. Sherry Richards has 19-16 Steelers. Seth W says 16-13 Steelers. Richard Adamson says 21-18 Steelers. Claude Bishop 24-17 Bengals. And like I said, I get it too. I'm not going to, anyone who's not ready for the Steelers until they show it, I get it. I think this next game's really going to set the tone for the next 4. Blue Nose Steelhead says 23-16 Steelers. He's saying that they're going to have 2 throwing. Hey, it'd be crazy to see night and day. Hey, look how rejuvenated the Bills offense was when they didn't have their OC. No one you know says call me call it delusional optimism, but 24-19 Steelers. Let's see. Yeah, Gavin says they had typos, so he retracted them, but they still show up to me the way it goes. Do you see any more? Mike Smith, 26-16 Steelers. Yep, you're right. Who would have thought that it was going to be there? Frosty the Bear says he has a number he's throwing out here. He says 44 degrees with rain Sunday in Cincy. I don't look at the weather until closer to game time, and then I report it on my Last Minute Thoughts podcast. I almost put myself in Let's Ride. You hear that? Jerry Cherryman got to get his in there. 26-16 Steelers. So if any more pop in, I'll bring them up. We are at the Rich. This was a lot of fun. I'm rejuvenated. You're thinking about it. We've had a lot of people here tonight. Thanks for joining us. Hey, we're here every Tuesday. So and we have a lot. This is just 2 brothers sitting around talking Steelers. That's what this show is. We've got a lot of shows that do a lot of other things. We hope that we have something for everybody. So check it out. And if you're just someone who watches on YouTube, you're missing out a lot of stuff with the audio only. We mentioned Let's Ride a lot and stuff going on with that. But make sure you're checking those out. And of course, SteelCurtainNetwork.com. I really like the community of people that are there commenting and everything. It's not the constant negativity that you would get at some other places. It's a pretty good group. So come on in and don't ruin it. This is the way I like to say it. So make sure you check that out for our editorial needs. I'm excited. I'll be back tomorrow night to give my prediction. I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving. Rich, I will see you all for Thanksgiving Day. Really looking excited about that. So for everyone else out there, I'm sure I'll say it again tomorrow night to hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Rich, what do you want to have to say here to close us out here tonight? Wait,
Well,
I know what I want to say to close us out.
okay.
Before I say it, okay? And it's
We're not urinating on the fire, man.
There.
not yet because Rich has to give us the closing thoughts.
That's right. First of all, I want to say Rich Schofield at yahoo.com.
You got the tickets?
Still have my tickets for December the 3rd against the Cardinals.
Next home game.
That will be the next home game, the first home game post Matt Canada. If anybody's interested, let me know. Got them out there. Although, if push comes to shove, I'm going. So
I'm going. I'm going. I'll be there for that one.
I really was trying not to go to this one, but if push comes to shove,
going to too many kind of puts a hurting on the wallet, especially before
it
Christmas.
does. So, but I am rejuvenated. I am actually, for the first time in about 4 weeks, going to be excited to sit down on my couch on Sunday and watch the Steelers. I will be looking forward to it. The past few weeks, it's really just been like, oh, got to sit down and watch the Steelers. Now it's going to be like, okay, what's going to be different? So I hope something's different, because if it's not, then you should read my knee-jerk reaction article, because I will just sit in that and rant. Yeah. So, right? Yeah, I mean, you can all but hear me, but I am back to looking forward to it. Really want to see what kind of, again, I'm not expecting to see a totally different Steelers offense, but I'd like to see a few things different. Would like to be like, oh, there you go. That's what we've been, there's something we've kind of been missing. Here's, things like that. Give me some optimism on this offense moving forward. Hopefully I can get Kyle to sit down with me again. He left me for the second half of the Cleveland game. He actually decided that doing his English homework for his literature class would be more fun than watching the game. And just so you all know, Kyle is more of a math geek, wants to be an engineer. Kyle hates English with a passion, but decided that would be more fun than watching the Steelers-Browns game. So